There was a girl called Mira, a college student, living an ordinary life with exams, classes, and late-night phone scrolling. Nothing about her days suggested anything unusual was about to happen. Until one night, when an app appeared on her phone without download or update history, a black icon labeled Last Day. When she opened it, it didn't show options or settings. It simply displayed her name, and beneath it a countdown, 6 days remaining. The screen flickered the moment she stared at it too long. The countdown shifted on its own. 5 days, 23 hours remaining. Mira didn't touch anything, yet the app reacted as if it had noticed her. The cause beside it changed too. Avoided outcome detected. Then a new line appeared. User awareness detected. Her phone dimmed for a second. When it lit up again, the prediction had become more precise. And it now included someone from her daily life. The next morning, Mira tried to convince herself it was all a prank. An app couldn't predict the future. But as she walked to school, her phone vibrated. A notification from Last Day appeared. Do not take the Eastern Road. She laughed and ignored it. It was only a shortcut she used every day. Yet as she stepped onto the road, a speeding truck lost control and crashed into a nearby pole. Mira froze. The warning had arrived nearly a minute before it happened. Shaken, Mira rushed home and opened the app again. The countdown was still running. 5 days, 18 hours. Beneath it, a new message appeared. First warning ignored. Outcome avoided. Her hands trembled, then another notification appeared. Future adjustments in progress. Mira tried deleting the app, but the option was gone. She restarted her phone. The app remained. And when the screen lit up again, a new warning appeared. This time mentioning a place she was supposed to visit tomorrow. Before she could read the rest, the message disappeared. In its place was a single sentence. The more you know, the less time you have. Mira stared at the screen, her heart pounding. She wanted to throw the phone away, but something stopped her. What if the app was telling the truth? What if ignoring it was even more dangerous? And for the first time, she noticed something she had missed before. The countdown wasn't decreasing by seconds anymore. It was dropping faster. Mira couldn't stop thinking about the warning. The app had predicted the accident before it happened. But one question kept bothering her. Was it truly seeing the future, or was it somehow creating it? The next day, she decided to test it. Opening the app, she waited for another notification. Minutes later, a message appeared. Do not enter the library after school. This time, Mira smiled. Instead of obeying or ignoring it, she planned to prove it wrong. When classes ended, Mira walked straight toward the library. Her phone began vibrating repeatedly in her pocket. One notification after another flooded the screen. Warning, warning, warning. Ignoring them, she stepped inside. For a moment, nothing happened. Then every light in the room suddenly went out. The library fell silent. Mira reached for her phone, using its screen as a flashlight. That's when she noticed something strange. She wasn't alone in the darkness anymore. Mira's flashlight shook as she pointed it toward the end of the aisle. A dark figure stood between the shelves, completely still. At first, she thought it was another student. Then her phone vibrated. A new message from the app appeared. Do not let it see your face. Her heart pounded. She looked up again, and the figure had moved closer. It hadn't walked. It hadn't made a sound. Yet somehow, it was no longer standing where it had been seconds before. Fear took over. Mira turned and ran through the dark library, weaving between shelves. The footsteps behind her echoed slowly, then suddenly stopped. The silence felt worse. She reached the exit and pulled the handle, but the door wouldn't open. Her phone lit up again. Outcome updated. With trembling hands, she looked at the screen. Beneath the countdown was a new message. facial recognition complete. Then the figure whispered her name from directly behind her. Mira didn't sleep that night. The whisper kept replaying in her mind. The next morning, she opened the app, hoping the message had disappeared. Instead, the countdown continued ticking down. But something was different. Beneath her name was another one. Arav, her closest friend. Confused, Mira tapped the screen. A new message appeared. Subject connected to primary outcome. Then another line followed. Time remaining, 2 days. The countdown wasn't for her. At first, Mira thought it was another trick. Then her phone vibrated. A notification appeared. Arav will die in 2 days. Her stomach dropped. She immediately called him, but he laughed it off. To him, it sounded impossible. Yet the app had already predicted one accident. As Mira stared at the screen, a final message appeared. Interference may alter the outcome. For the first time, the app wasn't warning her. It was giving her a choice. Mira refused to believe Arav's fate was sealed. Every warning the app showed, she stopped before it could happen. When it predicted a car accident, she kept him home. When it warned of an electrical fire, she cut the power to his house. But each time a danger disappeared, a new one appeared in its place. The countdown never stopped. The app wasn't making mistakes. It was adjusting. And the more Mira interfered, the faster it seemed to learn. That night, Mira opened the app again. Arav's countdown was still running. 2 days remaining. Then a new notification appeared. Outcome unchanged. Beneath it was a list of warnings she had already prevented. Every single one was marked as replaced. Mira's stomach tightened. The app wasn't predicting one death. It was predicting a result. Suddenly, another message appeared across the screen. Fate does not require a path, only an ending. Mira couldn't accept what the app was telling her. If fate only cared about the ending, then someone else must have faced this before. She spent the night searching online for strange countdowns, unexplained deaths, and stories that sounded impossible. Most led nowhere. Then she found an old forum post. The author described the same black icon, the same warnings, and the same countdown. The account had stopped posting 3 years ago. The final message was only 4 words. It knows I'm running. The next day, Mira tracked down more cases. There were dozens! Different cities, different years, different victims. Yet every story ended the same way. A mysterious app appeared. The countdown began. Then the person vanished from the internet completely. No photos, no accounts, no records. As if they had never existed. Trembling, Mira opened the app again. A new notification appeared. Research detected. Then another message followed. Previous subjects failed. After reading about the previous victims, Mira noticed something strange. Every case ended differently, yet each person had one thing in common. Before they disappeared, they all received the same final notification. Determined to find answers, she searched through archived screenshots and old messages. Hidden in one blurry image was a phrase she had never seen before. Selection process active. The words sent a chill through her. The app wasn't predicting victims. It was choosing them. That night, Mira opened the app. For the first time, the countdown vanished. The screen turned black, and a single message appeared. You have been selected. Then dozens of names flashed across the display. Some belonged to the people she had researched. Others were completely unfamiliar. One by one, the names disappeared until only 2 remained. Mira's, Arav's. Then a final notification appeared. Final phase begins tomorrow. Mira barely slept. The words from the app echoed in her mind. Final phase begins tomorrow. When she opened the app the next morning, the screen displayed only 2 names, hers and Arav's. Beneath them was a message she had never seen before. One subject, must remain. Her heart sank. She refreshed the screen again and again, hoping it would change. It didn't. Then another notification appeared. The countdown ends at midnight. As the hours passed, the app revealed the truth. Every previous victim had faced the same test. 2 names, 1 outcome. The survivor remained, while the other was erased completely, as if they had never existed. Mira stared at Arav's name, unable to breathe. Then her phone vibrated one last time. A new option appeared beneath the countdown. Transfer remaining time. For the first time, the app wasn't giving a warning. It was waiting for a decision. Midnight was only minutes away. Mira stared at the screen, her finger hovering above the option. Transfer remaining time. Arav had no idea what was happening. He didn't know his life was being measured by a countdown hidden inside a phone. Tears filled Mira's eyes as the timer reached its final seconds. Then she made her choice. Without hesitation, she transferred all her remaining time to Arav. The screen went dark. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the app reopened by itself. The countdown was gone. So were the names. In their place appeared a single message. Selection complete. Mira waited for everything to end, but it didn't. Instead, a new screen loaded. Thousands of names stretched endlessly across the display. Some were familiar, most were not. At the very top was a title she would never forget. Next, administrator. Then her own name moved to the top of the list. The final notification appeared. The app was never choosing victims. It was choosing a keeper.